Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, and I'm Meghna Dekha. First up on the bulletin, we are going to ask you a simple question. What really does the Makkal want? That is the question. Because here, there's an interesting thing that we can see. It's a billion-dollar question, but very few people seem to have the answer for it. With elections around the corner in Tamil Nadu, every party is trying to tap into the pulse of the people. Unfortunately, politics is slipping from policy to provocation. Share your dreams, says Chief Minister Stalin, but AIADMK MP says, I dream of Nayantara. Stalin says there are going to be free saris which are going to be gifted to the women, but AIADMK asks, why no petticoats? This is how welfare schemes are met with crass, vulgar, sexist rants. Is this careless rhetoric or a calculated play to grab headlines? And more importantly, is this a betrayal of Amma, of J.J. Lalita's legacy that they claim to uphold? She all her life, remember, fought against misogyny. But today her own party descendants deride and disrespect women. From Trisha to Nayantara, unfortunately, none of them have been spared because actresses are now becoming easy political targets in Tamil Nadu, it appears. Are sexist soundbites now becoming a shortcut to headlines and even a path to gain satta? First, let's present to you C.V. Shanmugam, an AIADMK member of parliament. He was speaking about Chief Minister Stalin's ambitious project, Share Your Dreams, to which he said, my dream is to have Nayantara, one of the most popular actresses. Listen in.
கவிதை சொன்னார் கனவு காணும் அவர் சொல்றார் அப்துல் கலாம் கனவு காணும்னு சொன்னார் இவர் அதோட ஒரு படி மேல போய் உங்கள் கனவை சொல்லுங்கள் உங்க கனவை சொல்லுங்க இவர் நிறைவேற்ற ஆமா எனக்கு நயன்தாரா போகணும் இவர் கனவு நிறைவேற்றுறா கேப்பா நயன்தாரா எனக்கு கல்யாணம் பண்ணி வைன்னு கேட்பான் இவர் கனவு நிறைவேற்றுறா அது எப்ப கேட்கிறாரு?
But it's not the first time that this honorable MP has made a sexist comment like this. He is a repeat offender. Maybe the party doesn't have a problem with him. That's why no action, interestingly, has been taken against him. Let me tell you what he has said this time around and then what he said last year round as well. First, he had said, I want Nayantara. We played out that soundbite for you and even went on to ask the Chief Minister, will you fulfill it? In October, just last year, he had also said, the Chief Minister may even announce a free wife. He's offering so many freebies. Yes, this is a member of parliament. He also said the Chief Minister may even announce a free wife, to which the Madras High Court, however, ruled after he was dragged to the courts that it's not exactly misogynistic. We let you, the Janta, decide. But wondering why he's talking about a dream and why is he asking the Chief Minister to fulfill this dream, it's important for you to understand what the original dream scheme was and how today it has been dragged into this vulgar, crass political taunt. Well, this is actually called Unga Kavana Solugana. In fact, this means share your dream. It was announced by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and it entails converting dreams of the Janta, dreams of the Makkal into policy goals for the DMK if it gets elected again. The objective was to focus on individual needs. The target is every household in Karnataka, in Tamil Nadu, I beg your pardon, who gets a voice and can directly connect with the Chief Minister and with the DMK. Unfortunately, this entire idea of share your dream has been now given this awful, crass, sexist spin. But unfortunately, Shanmugam isn't the only one from Amma's own party. Sample this gem coming in from another leader of the AIADMK. This is Dindigul Srinivasan. This is what he has to say when he was talking about saris which were given out by the DMK to women.
Hot box. அதெல்லாம் 100 ரூபாய்க்கு வைக்கல கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அப்புறம் சேலையே கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. எப்படிடா பாவாடை இல்லாம கட்டுறது பொம்பளை எல்லாம் கேட்குறாங்க. அதனால கேவலமான ஒட்டுமொத்த தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதுமே கேவலப்படுத்திருக்காங்க.
They've given you saris, but they've not given you skirts or petticoats, as he means, along with the sari. AIADMK isn't the only party, unfortunately, with such sexist netas, with such regressive mindsets. Let's remind you. Remember, in February 2026, you had Nainar Nagendran, BJP's chief in the state, saying Vijay must come out of Trisha's house first, before he can be taken seriously in a political contest. Others, like V.V. Senthil Nathan of the BJP, had said, Jyoti Mani is Rahul Gandhi's stepney, that she will do anything for Rahul Gandhi. There are actually cruder, crasser words. I cannot get myself to say what he said. Let's also tell you about S.V. Shekhar of the BJP, who said that female journalists are stupid, illiterate, and ugly. Not about their work, only about their looks. That's the way they are actually being treated. Unfortunately, it's not restricted to Tamil Nadu, it's across political parties and across the country. Remember, you had the likes of Ajay Rai of the Congress party targeting Smriti Irani, saying Smriti Irani is latke jhatke. Aishwarya Rai wasn't spared by Rahul Gandhi, saying Aishwarya Rai naach rahi thi, along with other things. Then you had another targeted strike. This one was on Kangana Ranaut, and it was one of the women leaders of the Congress party, Supriya Shrinate, who said, "Kya bhav chal rahe hai mandi mein, kya koi janta hai?" A shameful picture was put out by her. Then you had Shaina NC, who was targeted as well. This was Arvind Sawant of the Shiv Sena Uddhav Sena, saying imported mal will not work here. Then you had Firhad Hakim of the TMC talking about Rekha Patra, saying that Rekha Patra is rejected mal. These are the kind of strikes, sexist strikes against women that we see. Is now sexism part of the political DNA? Watch some of this and decide.
कभी कहेंगे उधर देखो भैया अमिताभ बच्चन नाच रहा है, वो देखो भैया उसके साथ ऐश्वर्या राय नाच रही है. आप लोग इधर उधर देखोगे, ओ भैया देखो चाइना में ये हो रहा है, वो देखो भैया ऐश्वर्या राय नाच गई. मीडिया में आपको यही दिखेगा.
इंपोर्टेड नहीं चलता यार, इंपोर्टेड माल नहीं चलता हमारे यहाँ ओरिजिनल माल चलता है. ओरिजिनल माल है हमारा.
আপনাদের এখানে প্রার্থী দিয়ে দিল সন্দেশখালীতে, সেই ভদ্রমহিলা কোথায়? এই তো হাজী নুরুলের বিরুদ্ধে কেস করেছিল, হেরে গিয়ে হেরো মাল কয়েক লক্ষ ভোটে হেরে গেল, তারপরে কেস করলো. বিজেপি কেস জানে, মানুষের পাশে আসতে জানে না.
कालका जी भी सुधार कैंप के सामने वाली, बराबर वाली, अंदर वाली सारी की सारी सड़कें प्रियंका गांधी के गाल जैसे जरूर बना देंगे.
Well, coming back to Tamil Nadu and the sexist leaders from the AIADMK, let's tell you how J.J. Lalita, the matriarch of DMK, she fought misogyny all her life. In fact, she was called a temptress by political opponents. She did not like that. She has said that she was harassed by men for sitting behind MGR's body after his death. In 1989, remember the way she was manhandled and even assaulted inside the assembly. She, in fact, went ahead to stop wearing makeup, stopped wearing jewelry to try and de-glamorize herself, and adopted the persona of Amma, or mother, a nurturing caretaker, instead of a symbol of glamour, as she was being projected by her political rivals. And today her own party speaks like this about women who are in politics, women who are in films, because they can. Well, other parties like the DMK, they have slammed the AIADMK. DMK has called it utterly reprehensible and says that the repeat offender must apologize. Listen in.
Disgusting statement made by Mr. C.V. Shanmugam. He has to apologize for that. He has to make a public apology. Mr. C.V. Shanmugam is a repeat offender. This is not the first time he has made such derogatory comments concerning women. Mr. Edappadi Palanichami should sack Mr. C.V. Shanmugam.
See, that shows the cheapest mindset of the person who is talking about. They should not insult women. Since they are actresses, can they talk anything about them? It is absolutely wrong that he should not have spoken like that. That is highly condemnable. But C.V. Shanmugam is known for his condemnable speeches.
Big breaking news which is coming in. More reactions coming in. This time around it is the DMK which condemns the derogatory remark which has been made. In fact, it is Khushbu Sundar who draws the line, saying female actors are not your property. Actors are not a tool for petty insults, and such comments expose the cheap mindset. In fact, Khushbu has said remarks are shameful, not just to women, but for humanity. She says, and I'm going to quote him here, that women, especially female actors, are not your property, your talking point, or a commodity for every Tom, Dick, Harry to drag into conversations when it suits them. She goes on to say a female actor's name is not a tool for cheap jokes, petty insults, or to justify someone's argument. Using a woman's identity to mock others or to prove a point only exposes the mindset and upbringing of the person who speaks. Enough is enough. Every man in the world is born to a woman. Before you casually comment on a female actor, ask yourself, would you speak the same to your mother, to your wife, to your daughter? A female actor must be respected the same way you would respect any woman in any profession. Scathing attacks coming in this time around from BJP. So let me go across to our panelists. Well, today joining us on the show, we have Kishore Swamy, AIADMK supporter, as well as Syed Asad Abbas, a political analyst. I'm going to start first with you, Kishore Swamy. Do you think that the party should crack the whip in the name of Amma J.J. Lalita, who fought sexism all her life? Today, they should crack the whip and punish people like Shanmugam, even if he is an MP, punish him for his sexism, repeated sexism at that?
Good evening, ma'am. I would say, to start with, that it is regrettable that such comments were made. Objectifying women anywhere in this manner is not acceptable. Having said that, you were selective in only projecting and only showing the objectionable remarks of ADMK and BJP leaders. What about the DMK leaders? What they have been saying, what they have been going about saying about every woman leader in Tamil Nadu. You even mentioned about Khushbu. Now, right. Khushbu was at the receiving end by the DMK. The DMK targeted.
So, Kishore Swamy, the AIADMK wants to become like the DMK.
No. Again,
you just said that because I asked you, why is AIADMK saying? You said DMK does it, so it's okay.
No, ma'am.
I would like to say sexism is not okay. One does it, does not make it okay for the other to do it. Everyone must stop it. Kishore Swamy, stop using others' follies to defend your own.
No. When you are selective, I have to call the bluff. You are being selective. You are only showing the BJP and the ADMK leaders. What about the
And what's your excuse? What's your excuse to say DMK does it, so AIADMK will?
No, but what could be your excuse for not showing the DMK leaders' statements?
I have shown everything. You are here so that you can speak. On your screens, you have everyone across political parties.
I will tell you. I will explain it to you. There was a particular minister, Raghupati, who is a law minister. He goes on record saying that TVK means Trisha Vijay.
I will put that question across to Syed Abbas. What can you say for AIADMK? Then I'm going to ask Syed Abbas about how he can defend the DMK. My question to you was different.
You did not. You were only selective in projecting the ADMK.
So your only grouse is me and the questions that I have asked. That's your only grouse.
No, ma'am. I started
Okay, Syed Asad Abbas, let me come to you because I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with Kishore Swamy here. I asked him, how is this going to be justifiable by saying other party does it? Hence, AIADMK will do it. Syed Asad Abbas, however, he does make a point that every party does it, including DMK. Every party is doing it. How is this okay? How are these people sitting and going to be lawmakers and making laws for what? Women empowerment.
Meghna ji, I've always believed with great power there's great responsibility and equal accountability. All the respective netas of any party, they need to know they come into this beautiful world through a woman. माँ के पैरों के तले जन्नत है. Would their mothers, sisters, wives, daughters be even happy after learning of their comments with respect to other women? I think it's absolutely shameful, highly condemnable. Absolutely no leader or an entitled prick of a leader, I would say, who's been voted should make such statements. You know, this is heartbreaking when a leader, S.V. Shekhar of the BJP says all women journalists are stupid and ugly. What kind of statement is that? Absolutely shameful. And this is deplorable. Not just that, you know, taking Trisha into case or Nayantara into case. These are very hardworking women who've made a name in their industry.
Syed Asad Abbas, he's saying that every party does it. Why are we singling out AIADMK? That DMK does it, BJP does it. Of course, Congress does it. We've put out all those sound bites as well.
Absolutely. I think Kishore has not seen the bites you've put out. You've also mentioned Ajay Rai's statement, Supriya Shrine's statement, Rahul Gandhi's statement. I believe, be it any party, a DMK, Anna DMK, BJP, Congress, across political party lines, must draw the line when it comes to women, must not make such absolutely deplorable, ridiculous statements. They need to know what is the value and the martaba of a woman in the world today. This is shameful. I'm sure Kishore comes from a wonderful mother and so do I. Would it be okay if we make such statements? Would our mother feel proud of it? Absolutely no.
Kishore Swami,
I think
answer
this remarks to all the politicians out there.
No, Syed Abbas bhai, I agree with you 100%. And I started out by saying that it is regrettable. No two questions about it. And I think the person concerned, C.V. Shanmugam, has expressed regret as well. But my question here
Kishore
is why
Swami,
is it that...
He said it earlier. Earlier also he's made similar statements. He was dragged to the courts. Now he's made another statement. He may or may not go to the court. Tomorrow he'll make a third statement. People like this, like Shanmugam, if they are repeat offenders, are they allowed to be repeat offenders? Because the party doesn't care.
The first time he made a statement...
This is J.J. Lalita's party, for God's sake. It's come with the power of women.
No, the first time that he was taken to court, the court came out and said it is not misogynistic. Okay.
Yeah,
and
I have already said that. So I've said it. He said it once.
Now,
he said it second time. He will say it again.
You cannot,
because the party doesn't care.
It is not a crime. When the court
Was he
has said
careful
it's not
with
crime,
his words?
I don't take it to the first time.
I'd like to
now he has made a statement. 1 minute, Abbas bhai, you know, you can. I stand corrected. Sure. You can correct me. Ma'am can also correct me. I am just saying that he's expressed his regret. But the question is, why is why are we being selective? And the focus should have rather been on the protest. What was the intention of the protest? The protest was about the rampant...
I agree with you. It should not be selective. Every party is just as bad. If anyone is sexist, it's regardless of their party, regardless of their ideology. However, why should we forget? Why should he get away with it? Syed Asad Abbas.
Two quick points to my dear friend Kishore Swami. My dear friend, the fact of the matter, let us understand here that you come from a party which was spearheaded by a woman. She was called the Iron Lady of India. You know, especially her interviews down south, Jayalalitha ji was a roaring lioness. When you have a leader like that in your party and making such misogynistic statements is absolutely shameful. Just merely apologizing and regretting is not enough. Strict action needs to be taken so that your party holds a certain threshold that this boundary should not be crossed. Also, as a matter of fact, kudos to Meghna ji. There was a Times of India initiative of your Times network which says women are not item numbers. If you do not respect women, you are nothing. Period. I think we all must take a line from there. We must respect women. No matter the dirty politics is, please men, kindly keep it to yourself. Do not indulge the women that way. It's absolutely heartbreaking.
Okay, we are running out of time. You've made some very valid questions. I'll take off from what Syed Abbas has said. Kishore Swami, if today J. Jayalalitha was alive, what would she have done?
These are hypothetical.
How would she treat Shanmugam? What would she do?
Meghna ma'am, these are hypothetical questions.
No, can you give me an answer? You are the
No,
legatees of J. Jayalalitha, the great woman, the lioness.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I'm
I
asking
agree,
you,
but-
what would J. Jayalalitha do? Please don't duck
No.
that question.
No, see, I agree, and that is why he has expressed regret. So the matter should end.
And the matter should end. J. Jayalalitha would have said, he said, sorry, let it be.
No, but whatever
J.
the
Jayalalitha would have
should
forgotten
anybody have-
sexism.
No, but
J.
no, but
Jayalalitha
somebody-
who had to give up makeup. J. Jayalalitha who gave up wearing jewelry because of sexist men. Who had to
No.
make
See,
herself
J.
into a
Jayalalitha was targeted
motherly
by-
figure because repeatedly she was derided as a temptress. Let's not forget the legacy of J. Jayalalitha. Let's not forget that she herself stood up for women's rights and stood up against this kind of a misogyny. Today you have her own party members. I asked a direct question to Kishore Swami, what would Amma have done? He said it's hypothetical. Many would say it's perhaps not. There's a simple answer to that. But we leave you, the viewers, decide on that. Thank you so much, Kishore Swami, as well as Syed Asad Abbas, for joining us here on the show. Without a short break, don't go anywhere.